Rome did not fall because one enemy knocked down the gates. It fell because the machine stopped working. Taxes failed to reach the army. Soldiers stopped trusting the emperor. Borders became bargains instead of walls. By the time a teenage emperor was removed in 476, the Western Empire was already a shadow wearing a crown. At its height, Rome controlled lands from Britain to North Africa, from Spain to Syria. Its roads moved soldiers, its taxes paid armies. Its laws tied cities together. Its emperors claimed to rule the civilized world. But the same size that made Rome powerful also made it fragile. Every frontier needed soldiers. Every soldier needed pay. Every province needed governors. And every ambitious general knew that if he controlled the army, he might control the throne. Long before 476, Rome suffered repeated political crises. Emperors rose and fell quickly. Civil wars drained money and manpower. Generals fought each other while enemies watched from beyond the borders. The empire was eventually governed from multiple centers, with an eastern court and a western court. This helped administration, but it also revealed a hard truth. The East was richer, more urban, and often better able to survive pressure. The West was poorer, more exposed, and increasingly dependent on military strongmen. Rome was not destroyed all at once. It was hollowed out. Beyond the frontiers, Rome faced groups it often called barbarians. But that word hides a complicated reality. Some were enemies, some were refugees, some were Roman allies, some served in Roman armies. The Visigoths crossed into Roman territory, clashed with imperial authorities, and eventually shocked the world by sacking the city of Rome in 410. For Romans, this was almost unthinkable. Rome, the eternal city, had been violated. But even then, the Western Empire did not instantly end. It limped forward. The deepest problem was not one battle. It was the breakdown of the system. The Western government needed taxes to pay soldiers, but war damaged provinces. Lost provinces meant lost tax revenue. Less money meant weaker armies. Weaker armies meant more lost provinces. It became a vicious circle. To survive, Roman leaders hired more non-Roman troops and made deals with outside groups. This was not automatically a weakness. Rome had always absorbed outsiders. But now the balance was changing. The emperor was supposed to command the generals. Increasingly, generals made and unmade emperors. By the late 5th century, the Western emperor was often a puppet. In 475, a boy named Romulus Augustulus became emperor in the West. His name sounded almost too symbolic. Romulus, like Rome's legendary founder, and Augustulus, a small echo of Augustus, the first emperor. But he did not command a mighty empire. He ruled from Italy, surrounded by military politics he could not control. In 476, Odoacer, a Germanic military leader, deposed him. Instead of naming another Western emperor, Odoacer sent imperial symbols eastward and ruled Italy himself. That is the traditional end of the Western Roman Empire. Not with a city exploding, not with a final speech, but with paperwork, power, and a crown that no longer mattered. So did Rome fall? Yes, if we mean the Western imperial government. No, if we mean Roman culture, Roman law, Roman cities, Roman religion, and Roman identity. Those survived in new forms. The Eastern Roman Empire continued for centuries. The city of Rome remained important, especially as a Christian center. Germanic rulers often borrowed Roman titles, laws, and symbols. The fall of Rome was not the end of civilization. It was the end of one political system's ability to hold itself together. And maybe that is why the story still haunts us. Because empires rarely collapse from one blow. They fall when the center can no longer hold.